Okay, welcome all. So today we are again going to see another electronic circuit simulation online audit course. We'll continue on the last lecture topic, that is Opamp based circuit in LT Spice simulation. So in the last lecture we have already covered the topic introduction to Opamps. Then we have seen the IC OP-07 pinout and symbol. Then we have seen how does the Opamp works as a non-inverting amplifier and then as a inverting amplifier in LT Spice. So today we are concentrate on the applications of Opamp in inverting configuration, that is Opamp as a adder and Opamp as a subtractor. So let us begin with the topic. So basically this is the circuit which we have to simulate in LT Spice, and we will see shortly why this is called as a adder circuit. So let us start. So basically it's like a inverting amplifier, but there are additionally three resistors at this side. So we'll build up the circuit next in LT Spice. So let us open LT Spice, click on the new schematic, and from the component select OP-07 and place it on the schematic. And now we have to add several registers. So we will start, click on the register, and we'll click on Control R to rotate and place it here. And similarly we have to place around 4 registers here and one more over here. Yeah, and now we have to join them together. So this will be connected to the output node. This inverting terminal will be connected to this register. This also will be connected over here. So let's do the connection systematically. And let me connect this feedback resistor also over here. And here you have to give several inputs. So I will connect them with a wire. Okay, and here one more. Oh, oops. So we will connect them with the wires like this. Now we have to connect the also the power supply connections. So for that again we go to the library, click on voltage and place these power supplies over here. And we have to connect them with a wire. Okay, we will connect the common ground now like this, and we'll label the upper side of the power supply as VCC and the lower side as VE. Okay, now we labeled the power supplies on the symbol over here, Opamp symbol. So I'll take one wire over here and connect it, and similarly over here, and I label them now with plus VCC over here and here minus VE. The plus or minus power supply I am giving as 12 and here also as 12. So this will be connected negatively over here automatically. Now let me label all the registers. Let me call this as RF, and let me check the values, the RA, RB, RC, RD. So this is named as RA, RB, RC, and RD. Now we have to also connect the output node. So I'll take one wire over here and label it as out and click on OK. Okay, after defining the register, after defining the output node, now we'll put the value of the registers. Let us check once. So this is 10K, RA is 1K, RB is 2K, RC is 5K, and RD is around 10K. So we will put this value accordingly. This is 10K, this is around 1K, RB is 2K, RC is 5K, and RD value is again 10K. So these are the values of registers. Let me just put it aside. Yeah, now it's clear. And this time we will apply DC power supply at the inputs. So this terminal, inverting terminal, will also go to ground. So let us connect it to the ground. Okay, now all the circuit connections are complete. Only thing is we have to connect the inputs now, various inputs. So I'll connect 4 power supplies. What I will do is I'll separately connect the 4 power supplies and I'll name the node terminal differently. So this is my first power supply, second power supply, third power supply, and the fourth power supply. Now I will label them one by one. First, let me do the wire connections. So this is done to make the circuit look extremely simple. So now the next step is to connect the ground terminals for all the power supplies. So I'll take the ground node and connect all the ground terminals. Now I have to label them separately. So let me call this as VA. So let me just rename it. So let me rename this as VB. So this is VC and this will be VD. So I have renamed them differently and let me label this now as VA. So this will be VB, VC and VD. So let me change this as this is VB. This will be around let's say VC and this will be VD. So that's it. The circuit is complete. We just have to give the values of VA, VB, VC, VD. Before doing that, let us write the formula over here for the output expression. So V out upon V in, that is the gain of the amplifier here over here, will be given by this formula. Let me just write out over here. So V out will be equal to minus, I'll take the minus sign outside, minus of, first I will take it as inside the bracket only, I'll take it as minus RF divided by RA into VA. Then again this will be addition. Let me take the common minus side outside and it will be plus RF divided by RB into VB plus RF divided by RC into VC plus RF divided by RD into VD. So this is the formula. We'll place it on the screen over here like this. So this is formula on which this inverting adder is based on. Now let us give some values over here. In our design, we have taken the values of RF as around 10K, RA as around 1K. So this factor will be 10. Secondly, it will be 10 upon 2, so that will be 5. Uh, this was 5K, so 10K upon 5K will be 2, and the last factor will be 1. So let me rewrite this expression over here. So this will be again equal to, so V out as per our design, it will be equal to minus, this will be 10 times VA plus 5 times VB plus 2 times VC plus VD. So this is as per the formula, and the circuit diagram which we have put it over here. Yeah. So we have written this expression. Now let us give suitable values of VA, VB, VC and VD. So let me give VA value as around zero point 0.1 volt. VB let me give around 0.5 volts DC value. VC will be let it be 1 volt, and VD I will give it as 2 volts. And this time I don't have to check the DC analysis. I can directly check the output voltage with the operating point analysis, because I have to just check the output node voltage. So don't worry too much about this formula. You will learn this in theory at the required time, at the right time, when you study the subject in detail. What we are trying to do over here is we are trying to implement the circuitry with that knowledge. So we this Opamp as a basic device, we are trying to build up the adder. Basically minus sign because it will be a inverting adder over here. So let us simulate and check what is our result. So if I click on run, it will ask for the transient response or AC analysis or DC sweep. You have to select DC operating point. Click on DC operating point and click on OK. So the moment you do that, you will get to see the output voltage directly. So V out voltage is coming out to be here. I can expand it on your screen. So V out voltage is coming out to be 7 point. Let me just copy this value. So it's coming out to be 7.49981. So I'll close this and I'll write this value over here. So V out came out to be, as per our simulation results, it came out to be this value over here. Now let us check theoretically if this is correct or no, as per the formula. So 10 times VA. So basically it is 10 into 0.1, that is 1 volt over here. So it is 1 volt. Then 5 into 0.5. So 5 into 0.5 will be 2.5 plus 2 times VC. VC is 1, so this is 2, and this VD is also 2. So this is 1. This expression over here, this is 1 plus 2.5 plus 2 plus 2. So this I will fill it now. So this will be equal to, let me go to the next line. So as per our example, it is minus of this first factor is 1 plus 2.5 plus 2 plus 2. So as you can see it very clearly, this value is around minus 7.5. Yeah. So as you can clearly see, 2 plus 2 plus 2.5, that is 6.5 plus 1, 7.5. And practically we are getting a value quite close, that is minus 7.49981. So it's perfectly matching. Now in the inverting and the non-inverting amplifier, we have given inputs as AC. This time around we have given inputs as DC. That only means one thing: the operational amplifier is capable of dealing with both AC as well as DC inputs. So that's the biggest feature of operational amplifier. So this is another linear application of operational amplifier. Now let me write the heading. This is Opamp as inverting adder. Okay, right? So this circuit is called as Opamp as inverting adder. So without knowing the theory about it, just using the formulas and just connecting these resistors, we made this circuit work. So that's really important sometimes. Sometimes to understand the to apply the things, we have to directly use the thing and connect the stuff, and that's it starts working. Now you can explore it more and see to it that how this formula has come and all around. So we have completed the application of Opamp as an inverting adder. Next, we will see how it works as a subtractor. So let me save this file first. Always, it's a good practice to save your work. So let me call it as this is inverting adder circuit. Okay. So it's coming all right. Now the next topic, our last topic for today is this lecture is Opamp as a subtractor. So we have successfully built up this circuit in LT-Spice and verified that indeed this circuit that is using Opamp works as a inverting adder. Now let us move on to the next topic. So we will try to implement this circuit over here like this. This is called as a Opamp subtractor. So we will implement this and then we will try to simulate this, and then if it from the functionality of the output, if it comes properly, then only we can call it as a Opamp subtractor circuit. So let us start. So we open LT-Spice, click on the new schematic, go to the components library and select OP-07, click on OK, place it onto the screen, and then we start building the circuit as per desired in the diagram. We want to rotate the resistor, so press Ctrl R. So this resistor is placed over here. We require another resistor over here. We require one more over here and one more over here. So we are trying to build up the circuitry which was shown in the slide earlier. Now we connect them together. So this is connected to the output node. This is connected to the input side over here. And this is connected with a wire over here. So let us check the circuit again. Yes, we have one resistor over here and two over here. So we are going correct. And then we need to connect it to the supply over here. And next is the wire connections will be like this. So I am joining the non-inverting terminal now. And this ground will be connected over here. Now we have to power the Opamp also. So we have to connect the two voltage supplies, DC voltage supplies. I'll connect it back to back. Connect the common ground. And I'll rename the nodes. Now the common ground will be over here. I have to join that with a wire like this. And I will label the upper node as VCC and the lower one as VE. This is to provide the DC power to the Opamp, and the supply voltage will be plus 12 over here, and here also we have 12 volts. Now I will label the power supply connections. So this will be labeled as VCC and this will be labeled as V. So the Opamp is powered with the DC power supply. Now I have to label the output node. So this is labeled as out. Now I have to define the register values as per the criteria given design. So this is R1, R2, R3, Rf. So I'll label it accordingly. So this is my register R1. It's always a good practice to keep the synchronism between the theory and the actual circuit simulated in the LT5. We'll keep the labeling as exactly as per given in the theory so that we can relate it with the formula. Now here also the power supply are named as follows. This is VA and this is VB. So we will also do the same labeling. This will be VA and this will be VB. So for that externally we have to connect another power supply. So here is one and here is another. So this I will label it as VA. Oh, sorry. This will be VB and the other one is VA. Let me connect the ground over here and over here. Connected to the ground port. Okay, we are almost ready. And let us see the formula. The circuit is ready in LT Spice. Now let us check what is the formula given to us. So the formula is this. V out is equal to 1 plus Rf upon R1 into R3 upon R2 plus R3 into VA minus Rf upon R1 into VB. So this is Rf upon R1 into VB. So let us write this formula first. We will write this down in our LT Spice screen so that it becomes familiar to us. Okay, so here we have it. So this is the formula. Let me just okay, now I have adjusted the screen. We can safely write the formula. V out is equal to 1 plus Rf divided by R1. Then we'll close the bracket, multiplied by R3 divided by R2 plus R3 into VA, and this will be minus Rf divided by R1. I have to open and close the bracket over here into VB. So that's the formula which we have over here. Let me close this now and let me highlight this term. So let me paste this formula in the front of the screen so that it is crystal clear now. Yeah. So this is the formula which we got it from the theoretical value from the theory. I have to add, I think, one more bracket here. Yeah, now it's proper. Now we have to define the values of VA, VB, R1, R2, R3, and RF. So let us start. Let us say that the RF value is around, let us say it is 10K. Then R1 value will be, let us say it is around 2K. R2 and R2 and R3 we take it as almost same. Let us take it as around 10K, 10K. This is as 10K and R2 also as around 10K. Now let us theoretically calculate the values now. So this will be equal to, so first of all, let us decide. So 1 plus Rf upon R1. Rf upon R1 will be 5. So this is 6. This is 6 multiplied by R3 upon R2 plus R3. Now R2 and R3 is same. So 6 multiplied by half. So that will be 3 times VA. And this is Rf upon R1. So that will be 10 upon 2K. So that is 5. So it will be equal to, V out will be equal to 3 times VA minus 5 times VB. So you can work it out, you will get this. Again, I repeat, this is 1 plus 5, that is 6, into half, that is 3, and this is 10 divided by 2K. So this is 5K. Now we have to decide on the values of VA and VB. Let me give a VA value as around maybe 3 volts. Okay, so this is 3 volts, and let me give this value as 1 volt. So VA is given as 3 volts and VB is given as 1 volt. So this answer will be, this is 3 into 3, that is 9, 9 minus 5. So answer should be 4 as per the theoretical formula. It should be 4. So it is 4. Let us check with the LT spice simulation whether this value is coming out to be 4 or no. So we'll go to simulate. We'll click on run and we select DC operating point. .op will come. We'll have to click on OK. So once we click on OK, we'll get some numbers over here, and we have to maximize this, and we have to just check the value of V out. So V out is coming out to be 3.9997. So let me write this number over here. So V out in LT spice simulated circuit, it came out to be, let me just write this value. It came out to be 3.9997 volts. So let me paste this value over here. So this is the value which we got in LT spice simulation, and this is what we were expecting it before. So this circuit which we have run is indeed working as a subtractor circuit, perfectly working with the input DC values. It will also work with the input AC values also. But just to keep the thing simple, we have simulated with the DC values. Now let us go back to our slide. So let me name the circuit over here for you all. So this is Opamp as a subtractor circuit. So this circuit is named as Opamp as a subtractor. Let me just paste it over here. Yeah. So this circuit is complete. Let me save this circuit file. So this I will name it as Opamp subtractor. Okay. Fine. We are ready. Let us go back to our PDF. So this was the formula. In general, this was the equation number A. So basically, we can interpret the following. If R1 is equal to R2 and R3 is equal to RF, that means over here, if R1 is equal to R2 and R3 is equal to RF, then we can rewrite this formula as follows. And we will get it as V out is equal to RF upon R1 into VA minus VB. So this also works. This is another form. So this equation will suggest that the op-amp will work as a differential amplifier, that it will amplify the difference between the two signals. So we can do that easily. So let us do that. Let us take R1 and R2 as same and R3 or RF as same. So R1 is equal to R2. So this I take it as 10K. Let's say all the values I cannot take 10. So R1 and R2 I take it as 5K, and R3 and RF I take it as 10K. So now our formula becomes V out is equal to RF upon R1 into VA minus VB. So this is another formula. So here V out is equal to is equal to minus RF divided by R1. It is R1. Let me just open and close the bracket into VA minus VB. So this is if this formula is valid if R2 is equal to R3 and R1 is equal to R2 and R3 is equal to RF. Only in this condition this formula is valid. Let me just paste this formula somewhere around here and let us verify the result now. So as per this formula, RF upon R1 is 2. So VA and VB is VA is 3 and VB is 1. So this is 2. So this is 2 into 2, that is 4. Minus 4 should be the result. So let us simulate it and check. Let us check if there is a minus sign over here. No, there is no minus sign. Actually, there is no minus sign. So the result will be almost same. Sorry, there was no minus sign over here. Yeah. So this is 2 into 2. Again, the result came out to be same only. Let us run and check. So yeah. So V out came out again as 3.998. Let us change one value. Let us keep this R1 upon RF upon R1. Let us keep this as 20k. So this is 20. So R3 also has to be 20. So this is RF upon R1, that is 4 into 2. VA minus VB is 2. So that should be 8. Let us run and check. So V out should be 8. It's coming out to be 7.999. So it's perfectly fine. Now let us go back to the PDF. Let us check one more condition. So indeed, in this case, the Opamp is working as a differential amplifier. That is, it is amplifying the difference between the two inputs, that is VA and VB. Now let us check one more condition where all the resistors are same. Then the output expression will be VA minus VB. So let us check that. So in this case, we have to write the output expression again. So V out is equal to simply VA minus VB. If R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R3 is equal to RF. Let us say it is 10k. So all the values are 10k. Let me just increase the font so that it is visible. Yeah, so all the values are 10k now. Let us check that. So now let me change all the resistors as equal now. And that is equal to 10k. So what it should do, it should simply subtract the two voltages VA and VB. So in this case, the V out should be 2 right now. So let me simulate and run and check. So V out should be 2. Yeah, it is 2. So you can see over here, this V out value is coming out to be 1.9999. So it is indeed very, very close to 2. Let us change this. Let me make this as randomly 3 and let me make this as randomly 9. So this is 9 minus 3 now. The output should be 6. Let us check. So the V out value is 6. So you can see the numbers are quite accurate. You are getting supposed to get 6 and you are getting 5.9999. So in this way we can verify this Opamp as a subtractor. Not only as a subtractor, it works as a subtractor over here with the different values of R1, R2, R3 and RF. And then it also works as a differential amplifier which amplifies the difference between the two inputs VA and VB, and it works as a pure subtractor if all the value of resistors are same. So that's it for today's lecture. We have learned in this lecture Opamp as a subtractor and Opamp as a adder, which is the two linear applications of Opamp. Next time we'll begin with another application of Opamp. So that's it for today. Thank you.